Some people are gonna be mad, but here's the truth. I think video games might be dying.
Nowadays, I don't know how people are gaming. Like, what are you lot even playing? Like, what are people actually playing? Like, FIFA's dead, Call of Duty is dead. Like, what is everyone playing? There's no GTA. Like, I don't know how they're still gamers nowadays. Like, come outside.
It's not just me, right? Video games suck now.
Bro, the worst type of gamer, bro, is the nigga who just plays story mode, my career-ass games all day.
Gaming is so fucking dead right now and dry. Like, I don't feel like playing 2K. Sports games is ass.
If you could secretly add one fact to a history book that students would learn for years to come, what would it be and why?
I say that Harriet Tubman had the fattest ass in the plantation. Hello?
Gaming is just dead. It's time that we finally wake up and smell the roses. With all the friend slop and live service games and battle passes, blah blah blah, it's just time. I've had enough. Gaming just isn't fun anymore, and we need to finally stop pretending that it isn't. It's time to put the controllers down.
Oh man, out your punk ass!
This is genuinely one of the goofiest takes ever, bro. Gaming is far from dead, and anyone who has this take needs to be hunted down and force-fed some Arby's while listening to Tom McDonald, Somber, YB and Namir, and fucking Blueface on loop for an hour.
You know what, I don't know what it is. I feel like you're not really listening. I feel like you just don't really agree or you don't get it. So you know what? How about I show you some real ass games? Damn. Okay. Yo, did you see that, bro? Look. Oh, what the fuck, bro? How the hell did they do that? That's insane. Look at that. Look at that. Are you looking?
Anyway, yeah. So, some real games. As you can see, there's a very large amount of games that easily fit this criteria of really fun or really cool or really interesting. And the best part is that most of these games are under 20 bucks. That's all it takes. I generally try to make sure to always highlight these lesser known games or indie titles, whatever you want to call it, because to me, I feel like this is what truly makes this argument bullshit.
Look for a job.
I see a lot of complaints about modern games being boring now, either due to the lack of variety among AAA games, increased prices for games and consoles, or because studios prioritize profit over fun. But is any of this even true? Or is it all just whiny gamer nonsense? And why should you give a shit? What I really want to focus on right now is video game subscription services, as I think this is a good place to start for answering this question, specifically one in particular. We need to talk about PS Plus. So recently, I had to renew my PS Plus subscription, which was $80. Once I paid for it, I asked myself, is PS Plus worth it anymore? For the past few months, I've slowly gotten a lot more into PC gaming, and while I still try to play my PS5, I can't help but feel like I've just kind of forgotten about the damn thing. So, as a way to see if it's actually worth keeping, I wanted to take a look back at 2025 to see if PS Plus was actually really worth it, or if this will be my last year paying for this shit. Before that though, let me explain my process here. Number 1, I will list off what games were released during what month. I'm only going to be focusing on the games that were available to Essential members, since that's the one I have. So none of that extra or premium tier nonsense, no. Number 2, I will be going over multiple categories or factors, as I may use interchangeably, such as the genre of the games, how long it took for the game to get added to PS Plus, etc. I'll use charts and graphs or whatever for better visualization, since I know a lot of you are kind of stupid. Sorry. Number 3, at the end, I will provide my full verdict on whether or not it was worth it, as well as provide an answer on whether or not the gaming is dead people are actually right. Also, this video is still mainly my own personal opinion. If you disagree in any way, please let me know in the comments, followed by your mom's home address, her phone number, and maybe her blood type and how much money she has in the bank right now. And what her bra size. All right, with that out of the way, let's get to the games. Oh my god, bro, there's so fucking many. I'm just gonna like speed run this shit. So cue the fucking speed run joke. Here we go. January, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit Remastered, The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, February, Payday 3, High on Life, Pac-Man World Repack, March, Dragon Age The Veilguard, Sonic Colors Ultimate, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Cowabunga Collection, April, April, RoboCop, Rogue City, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory, May, Ark Survival Ascended, Balatro, Warhammer 40k, Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer 40,000 Bolt Gun, June, NBA 2K25, Alone in the Dark 2024, Bomb Rush, Cyberpunk, Destiny 2, The Final Shape, July, Diablo 4, The King of Fighters XV, what the fuck, 15, right, 15, yeah, The King of Fighters 15, Jusant, August, Liza P, DayZ, My Heroes 1, My Hero, what the fuck? My Hero 1's Justice 2, September, Psychonauts 2, Stardew Valley, Viewfinder, October, Alan Wake 2, Cocoon, Goat Simulator 3, November, Stray, EA Sports WRC 24, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, December, Lego Horizon Adventures, Killing Floor 3, Neon White, The Outlast Trials, and Sin Duality Echo of Ada. Done. Okay, let's get to the fucking charts. Oh, wait, sorry, wrong thing, hold on. Here we go. So in terms of 2025, Essential members received a whopping 39 games, one of which was paid DLC for a free game, but it still counts here. For the price of $80, I paid about $2.06 per game. Sounds like a good deal so far, but let's take a closer look at some of the data. Using the genre labels that Sony themselves assigned to these games, I was able to come up with this chart here. Some of these games technically had more than one genre in the PS Store, but for the sake of simplicity, I just chose the most fitting label. It seems that action games were the highest, with these 8 titles being the picks. For the genre with the least amount of games, it's a three-way tie between sport, strategy, and unique. They use this label for Diablo 4, by the way, but that's an RPG game? I don't know, whatever. Fucking PlayStation don't even know their own shit.
God. See, that's what I'm talking about. Oh God, what? I don't want that.
While I'm sure a majority of PlayStation users have a PS5 by now, there are still a decent number of people who haven't caved in and bought the $500 paperweight yet. Actually, it's $650 now. Jesus Christ. 11 games were strictly PS5 only. 7 were PS4 versions of the game, and 21 games offered both versions. This means that about 28.2% of the games on this list aren't playable for PS5 users. But I mean, you do still get access to about 70% of the games, right? It kinda sucks that you're paying the same price as PS5 users though, especially for games your console can't even play. But at least they're still in your library in case you ever decide to upgrade and get a PS5. Just be glad that none of these are fucking VR only games. Trust me, that's a race no one will win. I wanted to show you the difference between when a game was released and when it was added to PS Plus, mainly because it'll relate to my personal thoughts later on in the vid, but yeah. Here is that data now. These red numbers here are the number of days between the release date and the date it was added. There's not really much else to say here for now, so we'll just move on.
I got some strong ass forearms. I'm just chilling.
Stronger than this grip.
What?
Of all the games on the roster, about 41% of the games offer online play in some capacity, with about 43.6% offering none. 12.8% of the lineup require an internet connection in order for you to even play them, and that teeny tiny 2.6% slice there is the only game on this list that doesn't offer online play, but does have local co-op, which is Sonic Colors Ultimate. Actually, now that I think about it, I feel like some of these other games on this list like probably also fit this criteria. I probably didn't even really need to add that, but fuck it, we ball. If you were to play every single game on this list, it would take you about 873 hours to beat them all. That's about 3 to 4 years, or for some of my viewers out there, maybe around 8 underwear changes and 4 showers, which is pretty insane, right? Some of these games can't really be measured by how long it takes to beat them due to their gameplay loops or just not really having a definitive end, but I still thought it was something fun to at least mention. Another thing I took a look at was, what if you bought these games based on release? So like you bought them as soon as they came out? Well, it would cost you about $1,707 fucking dollars. If you bought these games during the same month that they were added to PS Plus, however, then you would have spent closer to $1,490.47. Which, hey, you save about like $216.53. That's a fucking steal. Who wouldn't want that? Another thing I noticed was that I forgot to claim these 2 games here, Ark Survival Ascended and Warhammer Bolt Gun. Oh, and here are the games I already owned, whether it be in my library or just on a different platform. Alright, pretty sure that's all the bonus stuff I wanted to cover, so now for the big one.
But why my dad play the game like a little kid?
I feel like everyone asks themselves this question whenever they first see the monthly lineup. For me, I was able to construct this chart here. I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to the type of games I'll play, since I want to give everything a fair chance to try and impress me. So even if there's a game on this list that you personally wouldn't play, well fuck you. Loser. 16 of these games I would at least try out or play with friends, but I wouldn't be too certain about buying them full price or anything like that, at least not while sober. 5 of these games I've already played, and 12 of these I would definitely play at some point. Oh, and the 6 games that I wouldn't even be caught dead playing, at least unironically, would be these. Just, ugh, Jesus, fuck, man, just awful. And that pretty much covers everything that I wanted to go over, at least data-wise.
It is me, the Jingling Keys Fairy. Please don't go to sleep. Please keep watching my video. Please don't click off. I need this, please.
So, no, obviously neither one of these lame-ass takes are true. They are just whiny gamer nonsense, but I will say that these takes are just really bad generalizations of possible issues that some gamers may be experiencing right now. I mean, think about it. Gaming is getting way too expensive. Whether it be the games themselves or the parts that contribute to playing the games, developers are getting laid off left and right, which then in turn causes studios to crunch and rush out half-baked products. No one knows how to fucking balance their games anymore. I'm looking at you, Dead by Daylight. AI is being force-fed down our throats, and finally, even if a studio makes a good game, they still get shut down. How is anyone supposed to feel good about what's going on in gaming if all of these issues are present right now? Make it make sense. Now, I'm not saying that all the people who spew this nonsense are right, but it's not that hard to understand why they're yapping in the first place when these are the type of games we get when we're paying a premium price. The fact that these 2 games are the same exact price while having completely different levels of quality is just fucking ridiculous. But for those people, stuff like this doesn't actually matter. I mean, seriously, I want to ask you, viewer, was any of this you? I mean, did you agree with any of these takes, whether it be now or in the past? Ever? At all? If so, then why? You don't care about the games you play. You only care about a game that'll either waste your time or waste your money. A modern version of a coin-based arcade machine that simply scratches that dopamine itch, only to hop off that game and then immediately fire up another that does the exact same thing. Nah, that couldn't be me, you're probably wondering. Time is a flat circle though. These type of people play these type of games in a constant rotation. This is also one of the reasons as to why I wanted to take a closer look at PS Plus, since a majority of people who play this way are most likely console-only players. Besides, you guys have to pay for this to play this. Saying things like this while having these games in your library, you gotta stop. It's like that one guy said.
Gamers are the only people on the planet that you have to convince them to do their hobby.
Anyways, back to PS Plus.
You put a laughing emoji and you're not green? Let's ban you. Mods, get rid of him.
I do think that overall, this lineup is pretty solid. I do still have some gripes though, mainly with how dull some of these picks are, which is very funny because I was probably just glazing it like 2 sentences ago, but again, gotta love writing, baby. I love this shit. Fuck. I mean, in June, we got a paid DLC expansion for a free-to-play game that is notoriously hated by its own community. Why? Then we got a game that is in a literal zombie state at this moment and requires an online connection to even be played? Now, I know that Steam charts aren't the best way to determine the player count for a game on console, but PC players still make up a majority of any player base regardless, and I'd like to use it as a reference here. Hey, so I actually think PlayStation made an update recently where you can see the player count or something like that, but again, this script was made before that, so just a quick little editor's note. Let's take a look at the number of active players right now. Interesting. Since it's an asymmetrical horror game, I wanted to compare those numbers to DVD, the worst game ever made. What's the player count for this game? Wow, damn. Yeah, that's a complete difference, right? Now some of you are gonna say, oh, but Kori-san, that's unfair since Dead by Daylight came out way before this game and has many other IPs under its belt. Okay, fine, sure, yeah, fair, whatever you say, dork, you fucking loser. But what about Outlast Trials? Another horror game that, while not the same gameplay-wise, was also put on PS Plus last year and is actually pretty good. Okay, not as wide of a gap, but still a pretty noticeable difference, right? I mean, shit, even Outlast 1 is performing better than this shit, and it's a single-player game. The only fucking game that this shit beats out is this shit. And honestly, I'm fuming because this is just unacceptable. We gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. Jokes aside, this game just isn't in a healthy state at all, nor is it even getting any more updates or content. But again, this isn't the only game that I just don't have much care for here. In its defense, a game requiring you to be online in order to play it isn't always a negative to me, but there are obvious cases where it can be. Let's all remember that it's only a matter of time before they inevitably pull the plug on these type of games. Once that happens, you're stuck with a game that you can't even play. Fun fact, this isn't the only example of a PS Plus game that experienced this, by the way. Not too long ago, we had that Evil Dead game, ironically another asymmetrical survival horror game that double dipped into the DVD pod. God, you're such a slut, man, but not as slutty as this. It was released on May 13th, 2022, with a base price of about $40. Then it was added to PS Plus in February 2023, and then inevitably, in September that same year, it would stop receiving live updates entirely. Hey, editing me again. At the time of this recording, it does actually seem like the game was also delisted from Steam as of April 2026. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any exact date, mainly because I was being lazy. But yeah, it does seem like the servers are still up, but I don't know. A similar case actually happened with another game that I used to actually play, and that was Knockout City, where that game did release with a price, and then over time it became free to play, and then EA backed out of it. That game kind of got fucked over, but it was really cool conceptually, but maybe I'll make a video about that one day. I feel like every year we always have some major game that gets a bunch of attention, whether positive or negative, only to follow that game getting snapped out of existence a few weeks later. What really matters is if it makes $1 bajillion, at least according to the publishers. Speaking of money, let's talk about pricing again. Now, I'm sure most of you would agree with me that the price of PS Plus is significantly better, convenience-wise, compared to both the base and sales game prices or whatever the fuck. Now, if I did this is the price of the games that I personally would actually want to play. Not including any of the maybe titles, which would be an extra $800 or $680 or some shit. Now you're probably still thinking, but this is still quite a lot for only 12 or so games. Wouldn't you get way more value game-wise if you just paid the $80? Can you stop being rude? Gent, can you stop? While it's true that the yearly subscription is still the cheaper option here, we should remember that it's still a subscription service, meaning that you'd have to continuously pay this price every year for you to gain access to all of these games. Now, everyone under the sun knows that this is the case, but that still doesn't make it more worth it over just paying a flat rate price for the games that I actually want from this roster, while also being able to access them even if I don't pay for PS Plus. Now, buying digital games in general, it's a bit tricky in terms of ownership, since you technically own a key to access your games. Hello, another editor's note. At the time of me recording this video, Sony also announced a change to their DRM policy. I'm not going to explain what that is, look it up, fuck you. Players can continue to access and play their purchased games as usual. A one-time online check is required to confirm the game's license, after which no further check-ins are required. So, yeah, I'll just put this source in the description in case you want to read more about that. Even then, this only further proves my point. You don't own your digital games, so yeah, just food for thought, you know? But at least you still have physical versions of games, even if every major gaming company fucking hates them right now. Don't even get me started on the sales that Sony will run. Holy shit, the complete lack of energy I have for these sales is just staggering. Talking about some, 10% off fucking Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I don't want that shit. I mean, I hate to compare apples to oranges, but let's take a look at some PC sales. Yeah, I know you, stop. There are plenty of sites like Humble Bundle, Fanatical, GOG, G2A, GQ, and fucking, Bath and Body Works, etc. that all offer you Steam keys for a really good deal. Since I can't see into the future yet, I don't know what footage I'm showing you right now, but I bet you could get like 20 games off Humble Bundle for like $17. The best part? All of these games are yours to keep forever. Unless Valve themselves decides to nuke your house, but even then, Turok shall remain, goddammit. That motherfucker ain't going anywhere. Alright, so do I think that PS Plus was worth it in 2025? Yes! And, no. Not really. I believe that PS Plus is a solid enough service. I used to be really excited to see what new games would appear during the monthly announcements. But now, since I've gotten more into PC gaming, I don't really have much excitement for this anymore. At the end of the day, I know that I truly do not own these games. It is more so just me renting them. Maybe that's why so many people, like me, also tend to overlook their PS Plus games. Some of these games I probably would have never bought full price or even discounted, but since I get them for free because it's part of a service, I can still at least try them out to see if I like them. On the other hand though, now there's just a bunch of games in my library that I will most likely never open or never play, because I just have no general interest in them. Plus again, Steam or even the key selling websites I mentioned earlier all do the same exact thing with their bundles too. The only difference is that they're better and they allow me to keep all of the games in the bundle forever. But again, apples and oranges here. PS Plus, in general, isn't really that bad of a deal. But when you realize that there are so many better deals on a completely different platform that offers you way more variety and just way more interesting games to play, why would I give a shit about this service? Or even the PlayStation Store as a whole? For someone like me, I may struggle to find value in PS Plus. But for a casual, console-only gamer, or even just someone who doesn't play a lot of video games, then yes, I think it's a solid service to utilize. Anyways, if any of those indie games from earlier caught your eye, then please go and try them out and support the devs if you can. I'll link them all in the description, but obviously, you know, do your own fucking research. So, if you liked the video, excuse me, then do that, please. If you disliked it or didn't agree, then I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do have another video that I'm working on, so hopefully that video will exist. Yeah, just play your games, man.